Hey guys, Royal Cameraman here. In this video, especially for you, I've gathered all the latest news related to the upcoming 79th episode of Skibidi Toilet and more. All this time, we've been misled. There won't be a Skibidi Toilet movie. In fact, G-Man's child has been right in front of us all along. Who is he? What will actually happen in the 79th episode? What are the new spoilers for the upcoming 79th episode hiding? And a lot of other valuable information about the future of the series, which you can learn right now, just by watching this breakdown to the end. Let's start with the latest. On June 6th, Mr. Boom shared a rather important message about the supposedly upcoming movie adaptation of Skibidi Toilet, openly questioning the film's production process. In these messages, Mr. Boom admits that he is not involved in the film's creation and has personally received no news about its development. Since the announcement of the film, he hasn't received any materials related to the project. Mr. Boom also mentioned that there was a plan to create a mini-project in a collaborative style, but this likely remained just an idea, as there have been no updates on this project in the 6 months since. The only thing Mr. Boom knew about the upcoming film were small fragments of the script and vague descriptions of the filming process via a call. At the end of his message, Mr. Boom stated, "My hope is dying with immense speed now." Thus, he indirectly tells us that he does not believe in the potential movie adaptation of Skibidi Toilet. Immediately after publishing his messages, Mr. Boom deleted the TV franchise's channel from his Discord server, which was originally dedicated to the movie adaptation of Skibidi Toilet. But then, why did Variety, a well-known authoritative weekly covering events in the entertainment industry, write on its website that Michael Bay is personally involved in the film's creation? Why did Adam Goodman, the former president of Paramount Pictures, claim that they were in negotiations regarding both television and film? Why did the account Discussion Films, one of the popular accounts on the X platform dedicated to movie news, confirm this news? Why did Michael Bay publish the official teaser for the Skibidi Toilet movie on the same day he later denied it? I don't think we were just meant to be deceived. It's likely that the film was indeed planned, but for some unknown reasons, it is either being postponed or, most likely, simply canceled. And Mr. Boom, in a way, is officially preparing us for the film's cancellation. Staying close to the topic of the Skibidi Toilet movie, I also want to touch on a spoiler published on June 1st. The events of this spoiler most likely take place inside the main Cameraman base, where we can see Polycephaly TV Man, along with several containers. But the most interesting part of the spoiler is Mr. Boom's comment, which he made, and I quote, "In real life, there are things I'm dealing with that don't allow for delays. If they weren't interfering, episode 79, part 1 would have been released as promised, but it will have to be postponed a bit, by about a week." Previously, it was unclear exactly why Mr. Boom decided to delay the release of the first part of episode 79, especially if it was already fully ready. But now, with all the information about the cancellation of the upcoming Skibidi Toilet movie revealed, it's clear that Mr. Boom spent this whole week dealing with the film production process. Staying on the topic of spoilers, on May 24th, Mr. Boom published 4 new spoilers for the first part of episode 79. All 4 spoilers carry quite valuable information for the plot, so I will go through them all. In the first spoiler, the events take place at the main Cameraman base, and we witness a dialogue between the chief cameraman engineer, a detective cameraman, and a representative of the speaker race. The topic of the conversation is open to question. Personally, I assume the dialogue will be started by the chief engineer, who approaches the detective and shows him footage from Hugo Boss's body camera, which he attached to him in episode 78. On the footage, the detective cameraman will see the confrontation between the speaker army and the Astro Toilets. Other factions of the Alliance knew about the upcoming arrival of the speaker faction, as in episode 77, the TV scientist, talking to Titan TV Man, mentioned that the speaker men are preparing a huge army. So the detective cameraman should have known about their appearance too, but to confirm it fully, he will call one of the main representatives of the speaker faction, who will confirm the presence of the speaker army. In the background, you can also see a Cameraman 3.0, near him a TV woman, and on the left side of the room, a Skibidi Toilet. I also want to draw your attention to the quality of the environment and the base itself. Over the 4 months spent working on episode 78, Mr. Boom has significantly increased the level of detail in the objects, but what attracted me most in this image is the computer chair. Surely you're wondering why I'm focusing on the computer chair. Well, the chair is just there. Such chairs appear in other spoilers as well, but doesn't its placement seem strange to you? It's placed to the side of the desk, but not pushed in as it should be. Yes, one might assume that some working cameraman suddenly got up from the chair because of an event. What if I told you that this is actually the secret agent's chair, the very one that appeared in all episodes of season 24? In one of the additional scenes for episode 77, we already saw this chair on the territory of the main cameraman base, and I can say with 70% confidence that this is the very same chair. So, why is it white and not black? It's quite simple. For camouflage purposes, it took the form of an office chair, as shown in the last additional scene for season 25, where the secret woman changed her appearances. The second spoiler shows events in the same room as the first one. This can be understood by the placement of 3 working gears and a fan on the right edge of the screen, which we saw in the previous spoiler, meaning inside the main cameraman base. The first thing that stands out is, of course, the huge statue of Plunger Man, approximately as tall as Large Cameraman 3.0. I didn't find anything particularly special in this spoiler. Unfortunately, the images on the 2 working monitors in the room contain no information. They're just a random combination of geometric shapes. The only thing I'm curious about is how the Skibidi Toilets will react to such a tribute to Plunger Man. After all, Plunger Man played a key role in eliminating the main Skibidi Toilet, the Skibidi Scientist, which earned him his statue. If the cameramen consider him a hero for this deed, it will be interesting to see how the Skibidi Toilets respond. The third spoiler is more interesting and confirms my theory that in episode 79, there will be an attack on the main cameraman base. In it, we see Rambo, Mutant, and Mini Titan, the Skibidi Mafia, who were shown in previous spoilers, as well as Skibidi Jackson. On the territory of the burning cameraman base, the G-Squad trio is watching 2 Astro Obliterators. Judging by the damage to the base and the fire burning in the background, the Astro Toilets launched one attack on the main cameraman base before their arrival. Remember the scene where the Astro Juggernaut appeared in episode 77? Well, in this spoiler, the same thing happens. First, 2 reinforcements arrive, and immediately after, the Astro Duchess teleports in. My theory is also supported by an earlier spoiler that illustrated the Astro Duchess flying with those same 2 Astro Obliterators. The fourth spoiler carries no information, just a close-up of a cameraman's face. So I will skip that one. Now, let's return to the main question of the video. What will happen in episode 79? From the very beginning of the episode, which continues the events of episode 78, an epic battle will take place. Executor quickly eliminates half of the entire Astro Squad and calmly deals with the mothership, while the Speaker Armada finishes off the remaining half of the squad. Then the second wave of the Astro Squad arrives, and at that moment, the rest of the Alliance forces come to the Speaker Armada's aid. Another great battle ensues. After that, the final, 3rd squad of Astro Toilets arrives, but then Titan Speakermen version 3 comes to the Alliance's aid, and together they completely destroy the Astro Toilet squad. However, the main cameraman base will be left undefended because all the Alliance's forces were focused on eliminating the Astro squad. And here begins the Astro Duchess's plan. The main forces of the Astro Fleet advance on the main cameraman base with the sole purpose of its complete destruction. Yes, TV Man Scientist will manage to inform the Alliance about the impending assault, but they physically won't make it back in time to prevent the tower's total destruction. Simultaneously, an even larger squad of Astro Toilets will be directed against the Alliance forces. It seems that at this moment, the Alliance will lose, and no one will save them except G-Man, the only Titan of the Alliance who will not participate in repelling the Astro Toilet attack. The reason is quite simple. He is hiding from the Astro Fleet, developing his secret weapon together with the secret agent. Thanks to the secret agent's data, G-Man will be able to predict the Astro Fleet's next moves. At the moment of the Astro Fleet's first test attack on the main base, The remaining G-Squad members, Rambo Mutant, Skibidi Jackson, and Mini-Titan Skibidi Mafia, will stand in defense. Together, they will be able to repel the first attack. But midway through the first part, 2 Astro Obliterators and the Astro Duchess will arrive on the battlefield. At this moment, G-Man will come to the Alliance's aid. He quickly eliminates 2 of the Astro Duchess's minions, but he will not attack the Astro Duchess herself. He will fall into a slight stupor because the Astro Duchess is G-Man's daughter, the very daughter Juggernaut spoke about in the additional scene for episode 25. At this moment, G-Man will have to choose: either kill his own daughter or doom the entire Alliance to complete destruction. Instead of fighting his daughter, he will try to sway her to the Alliance's side. It is at this moment that a dialogue between the sides will begin, revealing G-Man's backstory, the Astro Fleet, and other plot points we have not yet had answers to. What makes me say this? Because over the past year, Mr. Boom has repeatedly hinted at the plot significance of episode 79. For example, in an interview with my colleague Iron Cameraman, he asked Mr. Boom about the dialogue between the Astro UFO and G-Man in episode 60, to which he received the response: in episode 79, something will be revealed that will open up a lot of information. And in response to a question from a Skibidi Toilet fan about the events of episode 79, Mr. Boom replied, 79 will reveal certain abilities for the viewers. These questions were asked around the summer of last year, and at that time, the second part of episode 77 had not even been released. But now, with more information at hand, it can be understood that by information, Mr. Boom meant G-Man's backstory, and by the term abilities, he referred to the capabilities of the secret agent. Soon, towards the end of the battle, the Alliance forces will manage to join G-Man, and the Astro Fleet along with the Astro Duchess will succeed in evacuating. In the upcoming episode 80, there will be a counter-offensive by the Alliance forces on the Astro Mothership with the aim of its complete destruction and the liberation of the Watchmen of Doom. Well, I think it's time to wrap this up. Thank you to everyone who watched this video to the end. If you want to see more content like this, let us know by liking this video and sharing your thoughts in the comments. I also recommend visiting Mr. Boom's official store, where all the merchandise based on the Skibidi Toilet series is sold. You can check it out via the link in the description. Until next time.